Hey everybody, I'm Adam Carolla and I love cars. I love cars so much that I'm gonna go run over to all those people that are waiting for the tram or the trolley or the bus and give them a huge wedgie. What are you doing taking public transportation when you could be alone in your own V8 vehicle burning all kinds of petrol? That's how they say it in England. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you that I'm Adam Carolla and you're watching The Ride Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. The Ride Show is a go. Welcome to the third season of The Ride Show. And for this episode, we'll take a look at 75 years of Suburban. We'll see how the Suburban has traveled with us through time. A new Ducati was released in 2000 at the stroke of midnight on the Millennium. It's the MH900E, and Arun will walk us around the bike and tell us why it's so significant. The 2011 Volvo S60 is here, and the S60 comes with a system called pedestrian avoidance. It's a system that helps you avoid hitting a pedestrian between 3 and 22 miles an hour. Well, we tested it on a real human being to make sure it actually works. We'll head to San Francisco to take a look at the 2011 VW Jetta and find out how it's new for this year. Also, the fastest production sedan in America, the Cadillac CTS-V. We'll put it on the road and see if it's as fast as Cadillacs say it is. And we'll start off the show looking at a real rally favorite, the Subaru WRX. All right, today the 2011 Subaru WRX. This car, significant redesigns for 2011. Subaru went back to the drawing board and put a whole new front on the vehicle. It's now bolder, wider and more aggressive, but it still comes with all of those things that we know and love about the WRX. This car is great off-road, it's great on-road, you get great fuel economy, and if you want some quick thrills, the driver's seat is definitely the place to be. Jason is here from OCSubaru.net, and Jason, what are we looking at under the hood?
We are looking at the Subaru 2.5-liter, 4-cylinder turbo engine, 265 horsepower, 244 pounds of torque.
Now, this particular engine has been used by Subaru for a while. I know it's the Boxer engine, and for those people that don't know what a Boxer engine is, you get your regular 4 cylinders where the cylinders go up and down, or your V where they go in the V shape. But the Boxer actually lies very low in the car and puts it forward in a low center of gravity, and the cylinders are on the bottom and they kind of go this way. Tell me about what transmission this is mated to.
This has got the 5-speed manual transmission.
The WRX and the WRX SDI are only available in manual transmission. The SDI you can go up to a 6-speed, right?
Yes, sir.
And what are the sort of 0 to 60 times are we going to look at in this vehicle?
Right around 4.5, 5 seconds.
So we've seen everything from 4.3 to 4.7, depending on who's testing the car. If it's me, it would obviously be closer to 4.3. Now, this vehicle does great on gas mileage, has great performance. People buy this car because it does good around town driving, but it also does great acceleration and some mild off-roading. What sort of gas mileage can I get out of this engine?
It's safely rated at 1925.
Now, Jason, the outside's very different. I noticed a big change from the 2010s up to the 2011s. Tell me what they've done.
Well, they've kind of gone after the STI body style. They've kind of made it wider, body flares on the side, wider tires. And
I noticed also that there's the air intake there at the front. There's some cool little vents here. Now, these wheels are 17, and I really like this sort of dark color that they've done the wheels. Now, I look at the shoulders here, and they're very square, and they're very accentuated from what they were in 2010. Nice hood scoop. That really gives it, gives me a lot of how this car performs. You can just really look at it and see like it's almost in motion. Jason, on the inside of the vehicle, there's some new things that are happening in the stereo department, right?
They upgraded the stereo. It no longer has a 6 CD changer, but they've made it so it's got iPod, thumb drive, and Bluetooth connectivity.
And then you can work those right from the steering wheel. I know when you actually flick the ignition on as well, you get some reaction on the gauges, don't you?
Yeah, it kind of glows a bright red, and then the needles jump up and down.
There's a lot of other things on this car that are really outstanding. The all-weather package, which gives you your defrosters in your mirrors and your windshield and those heated seats. Now, that's really great if you're in some really cold temperatures and you get out in the car in the morning. You have to turn it on. You can defrost your windshield and also able to use your mirrors and keep your little tush warm while you're driving. All of the other things that come in this car are advanced, including that LCD 7-inch navigation system, which is optional. If you need a navigation on this vehicle to get around, now you can have it. So why is to buy the 2011 Subaru WRX? Let's talk about that Boxer engine. Subaru Boxer engine, reliable, runs for many thousand miles. It's also a very fuel efficient engine. Don't forget you get 19 miles a gallon in the city and 25 on the highway with this. And then WRX performance, this vehicle is fun. F-U-N. If you sit in the driver's seat, you can get 0 to 60 times around 4.5 seconds. You can also have great fun off-road. And then just on the winter driving with this vehicle, it will get you pretty much anywhere you need to go despite the weather conditions. Let's take a look at the MSRP. The 2011 Subaru WRX turbocharged has a Subaru Boxer engine, a 5-speed manual transmission, and its base price $25,495. Our in-studio as-tested model was $26,618. The EPA rates this at 19 miles a gallon in the city and 25 on the highway. This bike was rolled out on the 2nd of midnight at the new millennium, and Arun will walk us around it and tell us why it's significant. We'll head to San Francisco to take a look at the 2011 VW Jetta and find out how it's new for this year. Also, the fastest production sedan in America, the Cadillac CTS-V. We'll put it on the road and see if it's as fast as Cadillac say it is. And when the Ride Show returns, we'll take a look at the Volvo S60. In fact, we'll try to run over our producer with it and see if that new pedestrian avoidance system actually works. That and more to come on the Ride Show when we return. They're famous for inventing the 3-point safety belt and also the rear-facing car seat for children. Well, now pedestrians are as safe as their drivers in the new Volvo S60, which has what they call the pedestrian avoidance system. Well, welcome to the attempted running over of my show's producer. And let me explain a little bit. This is the brand new Volvo S60 for 2011. And one of the features that Volvo have introduced in this car is something called Pedestrian Safe. Now, Pedestrian Safe uses radar, which is embedded in the front of the car. It also uses a small camera, which is embedded underneath the mirror. And what Volvo tell us is that this particular sensing system will prevent you running over a pedestrian or hitting a pedestrian up to 22 miles an hour, above 3 miles an hour, below 22 miles an hour. Great system. We tested this system on dummies. Now, it went very well, the test. We managed to avoid the dummies. Volvo said it works much better on human beings. It actually detects the body fluid, and you can't run over them. So we thought we'd try. We are actually going to attempt to run over the show producer and see if the car saves him. This could go very badly. So here's Sean, the show producer. Now, Sean, are you ready to be run over?
Yeah, I'm actually ready to die today.
He's ready to die today, but hopefully the new pedestrian safe system and the Volvo S60 will stop him being run over. So there's nothing to do now but see if he can live through an attempted running over. Well, we were both a little bit scared, and we managed to get through that with Sean still being alive. The interesting thing is, Sean did tell us that it detects body fluids, and he did tell us before it he needed desperately to go to the bathroom, but he didn't want to go because he knows the system detects fluids in the body, and he wanted to make sure that it saw him. We tested it multiple times, and actually the pedestrian safe system works. Now, explain to me how you felt.
I put my faith in Volvo because it's the safest car.
It does actually prove, we proved this beyond a shadow of a doubt, that the pedestrian safe system works. This is the brand new 2011 Volvo S60. Well done, Volvo. From great safety on 4 wheels to great safety on 2 wheels, it's Ducati with Arun.
Hey guys, it's Arun from The Ride Show, and I'm particularly happy today because we're spending some time with one of my favorite motorcycles of all time. Now, this is the Ducati MH900E, and it's not really a replica as you may think, it's more of a tribute. This bike was designed by Pierre Terblanche. He was Ducati's chief and only designer for many years, and this was originally strictly a design exercise. But I can't think of any other motorcycle in history where a designer was given free rein to do whatever design he wanted, and the factory actually built it. If you look at the actual prototype bike that was shown at the Milan Motorcycle Show in 1999, and you look at this, they're strikingly similar. A few very futuristic features had to go away. The prototype bike had turn signals in the exhaust, Instead of mirrors, it had a backward-facing camera. But other than that, it's fairly true. Now, this bike is beautiful. The lines, the symmetry, and there's nothing like it when you look down on the road. Every time I've ridden one and you park it, there's always somebody who doesn't even like motorcycles who says, wow, this is the most beautiful bike I've ever seen. What is it? The concept was to build a bike like no other, beautiful, frankly more about design than it was about function or practicality or performance. This bike went online for sale. It was the world's only internet-only sales bike. At the stroke of midnight 2000, instead of worrying about whether the world was going to come to an end, you had to be locked down in front of your computer to try to reserve a bike. The bike went on sale with reservations the stroke of midnight 2000 and sold out in hours. The MH900 is around, it's beautiful, and it's an absolute work of art. If you ever see one in the wild, stop and take a look at it. Thanks for checking out an MH900 with me on The Ride Show. I'm Maroon. I'll see you next time.
Still to come, the CTS-V, the fastest production sedan in North America. Welcome to lap 3 and third gear of the Ride Show. We're going to take a look at a Japanese SUV. The vehicle is famous for its off-roading, but the company is more famous for its two-wheel and four-wheel quads. Well, it's Suzuki and their Grand Vitara on the Ride Show. The 2010 Suzuki Grand Vitara comes out of the gate with all the elements to be a winner. The navigation system is standard on the Grand Vitara, which makes this the least expensive SUV with this convenience in America. Grand Vitara offers a rear-wheel drive base platform with a rigid structure, 50-50 weight distribution, on-road composure, and true off-road capability with two four-wheel drive systems. Awards have not been missed on the Grand Vitara. Edmunds.com recognized it amongst its top 10 most affordable SUVs, and Consumer Guide gave the Grand Vitara a nod as a best buy. The Grand Vitara is backed by what Suzuki call America's #1 warranty, 100,000 mile, 7-year, fully transferable, zero deductible powertrain limited guarantee. Under the hood you have a smooth 3.2-litre V6 engine with 230 horsepower and 213 pounds-foot of torque. The Suzuki Grand Vitara continues with Suzuki's 40-year heritage of building compact but rugged SUV-type vehicles. Key to the Grand Vitara's go-anywhere capability is its unibody construction with integrated ladder frame, rear drive-based drivetrain, and four-wheel drive independent suspension. And consistent with Suzuki's philosophy of enabling people to travel light and live fully, Suzuki offers easy-to-use features that add useful, real-world functionality to each vehicle. The Grand Vitara demonstrates its Suzuki sensibility with its simple, uncluttered design. Form follows function, with styling that does not compromise visibility as it does in many crossover-type SUVs. Handsome good looks are part of the mix too, along with SUV necessities, including short overhangs to maximize approach and departure angles. The Grand Vitara looks good, drives well in both on- and off-road conditions, and will not kill your budget. From off-roading a great vehicle around the Northwest, the Suzuki Grand Vitara, to the hills of San Francisco, which is exactly where we went to test drive the new 2011 VW Jetta and to find out how it drove.
Hello, my name is Mark Joe. I'm the product manager for the all-new Jetta. I'd like to introduce you today to the 2011 Jetta. Starting with the design, we have a beautiful new design. It includes our new front-end design, which is a much wider, aggressive stance. We also have very clean, sharp lines going through the side of the vehicle to give it a very sophisticated, clean design. This vehicle has grown about 2.9 inches in length. Most of that length has gone to the wheelbase to give it class-leading rear legroom and trunk space. Many times when people think about a car in this class, they think there's not enough room for them, and we've addressed that with this all-new vehicle. Trust me, when you have a seat in the rear and check out the trunk, you'll be very happy with the space that you find. Another thing we've done with this, we have a full engine lineup. We have a 2.0 liter, a 2.5 liter, a clean diesel TDI engine for those wanting the most demanding fuel economy, and we also have a hybrid coming in 2012. This vehicle really sets a new standard in its class. It has a very strong class of appeal from its exterior design. If you take a look at the interior with our VTEX seating, when you compare that against some of the competitor cloth seats and against even their leather seats, I'm sure you'll come out be very happy with what you see. Some of the additional class-up touches we have are the turn signal indicators in the mirrors. We have added quite a bit of value. For example, we've added standard navigation to the SEL trim line. We also offer keyless access with push button start, which means you can walk up to your car with your key in your pocket, push the start button and start your car to add lots of convenience. We expect to see the all-new Jetta in dealership October of 2010 with the TDI coming by the end of this year. We also have the hybrid coming in 2012.
Still to come, it's the fastest production sedan in North America. It's the Cadillac CTS-V. We put it on the road and put the pedal to the metal. Welcome back to Fourth Gear and lap 4 of the Ride Show. The vehicle's been around for 75 years and we are celebrating the Suburban with GM.
Over the last 75 years, the automotive industry has churned out thousands of different vehicles of all shapes, sizes, and uses. But one iconic vehicle keeps rolling along, the Chevrolet Suburban, celebrating a remarkable 75 years of continuous production.
There's not another vehicle nameplate out there that's been around this long, and there's some good reasons for that. Chevy came upon a formula that actually worked way back in 35 and 36, and the formula still works today.
Throughout its production, the Suburban has had 11 different variations, but has always stayed true to the basic mission of versatility and dependability.
What makes the Suburban unique is that while it has the cargo room of a pickup truck, it is enclosed and everything is safe and dry, easy vehicle to see out of, and it's about as universal of a vehicle as you can buy.
It never changed from its original intent, which was to carry people, carry cargo, and to tow things. It's for those individuals that have large families, active lifestyles. They go places, they do things, they take stuff with them.
To celebrate its milestone anniversary, Chevrolet has rolled out the 2010 Suburban Diamond Edition LTZ, a limited production model to recognize a vehicle unlike any other.
From celebrating 75 years of one GM product to celebrating another GM product. It's been around for a few years, known as a luxurious vehicle. But this time Cadillac have rolled out the fastest production sedan in America. The car I've been test driving today is the Cadillac CTS-V. V is the important part of this car, which defines it differently from the regular CTS. When the Cadillac engineers decided they wanted to put together a CTS-V version of this vehicle, they didn't realize what a monster they were going to give birth to. They knew they wanted to go up against cars like BMW's M5, the AMG E63 from Mercedes, and Jaguar's XFR, but they didn't realize how incredible they would make this vehicle. Let's talk about some things that make it so outstanding. First of all, that engine is a 6.2-liter V8 supercharged. Now, it actually outputs 556 horsepower. Just in case you didn't get that, in a sedan, that's 556 horsepower. If you were to take the brand new Mazda 2, it would take 5.5 of those Mazda 2 engines just to equal this engine in horsepower outage. They tested it on the Nürburgring in Germany, and they came away with a time of 7:59.32, which was the fastest time for a production sedan on factory wheels ever. Now, recently it got beaten by the Porsche Panamera. However, the difference is the Porsche Panamera will cost you $30,000 to $40,000 more than this car. This is one of the most incredible production sedans off of the factory floor that I have ever driven. Cars always look better with body kits, and the CTS-V is no exception. The lower body kit actually makes this vehicle look outstanding when it's driving along the road or when it's parked in a parking space, but also some other things that make it look very sporty. The dual grills that they put in there, the low one is used more for an air intake, and they've used this mesh type system on the inside, which really makes it look sporty. It makes it look much cleaner than just bars in a grill. Also, the fact there's so much definition in the hood. You can see there's 4 or 5 different angles in the hood with the center raised section. Light washers, and these lights almost look like they were on the side here, but Cadillac took them and they put them up and down rather than the lights that normally sweep around the edges to give it so much more of a pouncing definition of the car. Wide shoulders, and those lines, the flat lines here of the fenders, travel all the way through the car right until you get to the back end. The trunk is very flat, and you'll notice that the brake light, which is used on the trunk, is actually a faux spoiler. Well, it does work as a spoiler. It actually holds the car down at speeds. So instead of putting an extra piece of metal there, they took something that already existed on the car and they made it into something that was also functional as a spoiler. There's no compromise on the inside of the Cadillac CTS-V. You get all the Cadillac luxury along with all those racing extras. Those racing extras include paddle shifters on the back of the steering wheel, and it happens to be a suede wrapped steering wheel, which is something I really like as well. On the inside, you'll get a lot of those creature comforts like heated and cooled seats for the driver and the passenger. Those HVAC controls are very accessible to each occupant, and the navigation sound system is great. It's on a screen which comes up out of the dash, so you can actually see the screen when you need to, or have it fold away when you don't need to see it. Gives you all the information like what radio station, the navigation, and also those extras that come with any GM brand. Comes with OnStar, which means that you have emergency telephone in the vehicle by the push of a button, and you can get hold of the OnStar Center. They can unlock your car, or you can call them to report another accident you've seen on the road. If you're looking to buy a super sedan, this car has to be on your favorites shopping list, because of the speed that it does, because of the fact that it is so well equipped on the inside and out, and because of the sheer exhilaration of the drive. The Cadillac CTS-V is one of my top choices to drive in that American super sedan category. Thanks for watching this week's Ride Show. As always, we welcome you to our website, therideshowtv.com, where you can see all of the vehicles that we've actually reviewed and some of the projects that we've done. Also, you can find us on MySpace, YouTube, Twitter, and of course, Facebook. Please become a friend of the show and tell us what you'd like us to review. Until next time, bon voyage, baby.